What is going on, Locks Mob, and welcome back to the Locks DFS NHL Breakdown. I'm your host, Narang, and I'll be breaking down this 10-game main slate that we have on tap for DraftKings on Tuesday, January 15th. Before I do that, if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so right here at ReallyAddy. We're coming off a really big night yesterday, as we did over the weekend. We crushed NHL last night. FanDuel did amazing again. I'm pretty sure we're at like 8 straight or something over there. It's crazy. The DraftKings locks were great. The cheat sheet was great. And then the sports bets were great as well. We went 3-0 on Sunday, and then we followed it up by going 3-0 on Monday as well. We bet on the Calgary Maple Leafs over. That hit easily. The Blackhawks Devils over. That hit easily. It was a really high-scoring night in hockey yesterday. It was weird. Like, the Blackhawks Devils game had 8 goals in the second period alone. Obviously, we bet the over on 6 for the game, so that hit easily. And then we had the Oilers money line, and they rolled as well. It was odd. Now it was a lot of goals, but not a lot of fantasy relevant players scoring, if that makes sense. I mean, the first 5 goals in that Edmonton Buffalo game was Zach Cashin twice, Tage Thompson. It was super random, just random guys. Connor Sheary was in there, so sort of a weird slate, but we still came out on top during it, so not bad at all. But with that all being said, let's jump into this slate. So looking at center, since it is a 10-game slate, I'm just going to break down a few of my favorite plays at each price point, at each position. But starting at center, I'm not too overly intrigued by some of these top price centers. I think, again, I want to kind of drop down into this sub 7K range, which is where I think there's more value to be had. I really like Pierre-Luc Dubois. He's the first guy I want to talk about at 6,100. I'm just a big fan of this Columbus line 1 today. They're playing a New Jersey team that is fourth in the league in high danger chances against over the past 5 games. And then they gave up 5 goals to Chicago, so I'm sure it went up as well. And now they're on a back-to-back going to Columbus. So I want all the Pierre-Luc Dubois, all the Artemi Panarin, all the Cam Atkinson, all the Werenski, all the Seth Jones. I want these guys on my team. And I think it starts with Dubois for me at center at 6,100. Another really interesting center play in this sort of price range is Aho at 6,700. Dude's taking his game to a whole nother level. He just so, both these guys right here, Aho, Larkin, even Barkov, are so vital to what their team does offensively that they're just asked to do so much each game. Aho's been the sort of the cream of that crop right now, in the sense that, he put up 16.5 last game, and then 5 goals his past 2 games, including an assist. He had 2 goals 2 games ago as well. So he's been absolutely on a mission. This Rangers team, they take the most penalties in the league, and they have the worst penalty kill in the league. So I think you want to be overexposed to this Carolina power play. I think you do that with Aho. I really like Dubois. And then the last guy I want to talk about is Ryan Johansson. Usually I will never play guys like Ryan Johansson, guys like Joe Thornton, even though Ryan Johansson shoots more than Joe Thornton. Guys that are too dependent on the assist, that they're not going to get their assist via shooting the puck. You want guys who are going to shoot the puck. Ryan Johansson, though, has been shooting the puck a bit more in recent games. He's taken, 9 shots over his past 3 games, 10 shots over his past 4 games. But the most important part of this is he's going to give you 20 to 21 plus minutes a night. And he skates on what is a dominant and now healthy Nashville first line with Philip Forsberg and Victor Arvidsson on his wing. So, when you have guys like that on your wing, you're not going to be shooting the puck too much, but it shouldn't be too difficult for him to finesse his way into a couple assists, and they all correlate really well on the first team power play as well. So I think getting Johansson, just getting that Nashville exposure at 5K is pretty key. Nashville's a team that their teams that are open at 3-3, but they've been bet up to 3-4. The line has moved from -143 to -160. So it seems like a lot of the public, a lot of the money is on Nashville. Washington's on a back-to-back, so I can totally see why. Anyways, let's move on to winger. Sort of the same thing with winger. I'm not too excited about this high price range, but I will say the guy I like above 7K here is Artemi Panarin. I think getting him at 7.1K is a steal. I really liked it a lot when he was 6.6, 6.5K, but they did up his price after he had a big game last game. He's been huge this whole week. But I think you keep going back to, I think Panarin. I even think you can pay up for Cam Atkinson here. Cam Atkinson obviously got the higher iCourse 4 per 60 out of the two, but Panarin just a more talented player. Very close, though. I mean, it could go either way on that. But as I said, those three guys correlate really well. Dubois, Panarin, Atkinson with that first line and with that first power play. And then the other high-priced guy I like a lot is Philip Forsberg here at 6,500. This is just too cheap for him. He's been a beast since he came back off his injury. I forgot what it was, but he was out for a while. Then he came back on the 7th, and he scored 4 goals in 4 games since coming back. He's going to give you 20 minutes a night. He got one of the highest iCourse 4 per 60s on the team, up with Victor Arvidsson, his line mate. So go with the cheaper one. In this case, it's Forsberg, and he just so happens to be the better one in my opinion. So really like him at 6,500. And then a cheaper guy that I like is a guy that we moved on FanDuel. Probably a couple nights ago. That night that Aho went off, we moved on this guy because like 5 or 10 minutes before lineups lock, they had their pregame line rushes or whatever, and Michael Furland was skating on that first line with Aho and Teravainen. He was already getting the first power play time, so when he got bumped up to the first line, he became a must play for me on FanDuel, where his price was a bit cheaper. I really like his price here at 4,800. I think this is the way you could get real good exposure to that Carolina power play, and more importantly, to that dreadfully bad New York Rangers penalty kill. So if you can't afford Aho, or maybe if you want to pair Aho with somebody, I think Furland's the guy for me here. And then defense. So we didn't really talk about too many like paying way up at center, paying way up. Like we're not getting no Sidney Crosby or Braden Point. We don't want Ovechkin or Kucherov right now, at least. So I think I'm going to use that money and I'm going to pay up at defense, and I'm going to lock in Brent Burns. Erik Karlsson wasn't at morning skate. I think it's just a maintenance day for him. If he doesn't play, I like Brent Burns even more, but I just love Brent Burns regardless. I think you should pay for him at 7K. I mean, not much. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it. Top 3 iCourse 4 per 60 on the team, like top 5 in the league. Shoots the puck a ton. San Jose projected for 3.5 goals. I think you want. San Jose is a smash for me. They always are, but I just think you can never go wrong locking in Burns and Karlsson. I mean, you're locking yourself into such a high floor and a potential massive ceiling. And then if I'm paying down here, there's not too many options that I'm like really excited about in this low price range, but I think one guy you can go to as like a pure punt option is Dmitry Orlov. He's a guy who I usually play up to like around the 4K mark because he comes with a really high floor. This is a guy who blocks a lot of shots, and he shoots the puck a decent amount. He hasn't been recently, but I just like the fact that he's going to give you the most time on ice out of all the guys here as well. He's going to give you at least 21 minutes on ice. He has upside for 25, 26. He hasn't hit that recently, so I don't know if he'll get there, but just getting 22 minutes at 3K is going to be on the ice. He's got the power play 2-time. He's going to block a couple shots. He's going to put a couple shots on net. I think he's a good way to get maybe 2.5 points out of a 3K pump play, which I think is totally fine. And also watch the injury news on Edouard Vlasic. Marc-Edouard Vlasic, he's been out for a while, but if he plays and for whatever reason Karlsson misses, then he's a smash play at 3.2K. I'll definitely double stack San Jose defenders in that case. And if for whatever reason both of them miss, then Tim Heed is also an interesting play at 3K. He's already seeing some power play 2-time for them, so it would be cool to see him get up to sort of like 17, 18 minutes, and I think he becomes a great play as well. So, yep, that's it. With that all being said, guys, please do like, comment, and subscribe if you did enjoy this video. As always, I make these videos daily, Monday through Friday, so if you do enjoy it, it means the world if you guys could like, comment, and subscribe. And if you do, you'll be entered into our giveaway that we run every week. The winner of this giveaway will be announced every Monday on Taylor's NBA video, and you are entered into a free NBA, NHL, NFL, or sports bet season pass. Whatever you want, it's totally up to you. All you got to do is like, comment, and subscribe. So with that all being said, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I hope you win some money tonight, and I will see you all tomorrow. Peace.